So the other day I was walking down the street and chatting with the ChatGPT about the philosophical concept of reality. Suddenly I got really hungry, and on the whim I asked ChatGPT if it could map different philosophical ideas into different desserts. I found it to be a very interesting exercise, and so I want to share it with everyone. Try it yourself and let me know how it goes. I will show you my recreated version of this exercise. It's very interesting. So let's go. Alright. Hi ChatGPT. I'm interested in different philosophical viewpoints on understanding reality. Could you provide me with some philosophical perspectives on this?
Sure, there are several philosophical perspectives on understanding reality. 1. Realism. This perspective holds that reality exists independently of our thoughts or perceptions. Realists believe that the world is structured in a way that we can discover through observation and reasoning. 2. Idealism. Idealists argue that reality is fundamentally mental or immaterial. According to this view, the mind plays a crucial role in shaping the nature of reality. 3. Phenomenology. This approach, developed by Edmund Husserl, focuses on the structures of experience and consciousness. Phenomenologists study how things appear to us through our subjective experiences. 4. Empiricism. Empiricists assert that knowledge of reality is primarily derived from sensory experience. Key figures like John Locke and David Hume emphasize observation and evidence as the basis for understanding the world. 5. Rationalism. Rationalists, such as René Descartes, argue that reason and intellect are the primary sources of knowledge about reality. They believe that certain truths about the world can be known through deduction and logical analysis. 6. Constructivism. Constructivists believe that reality is constructed by our cognitive processes and social interactions. They argue that our understanding of the world is shaped by cultural, historical, and personal contexts. 7. Existentialism. Existentialists like Jean-Paul Sartre and Martin Heidegger focus on individual existence and the subjective experience of being. They explore how humans create meaning and reality through their choices and actions. Do any of these perspectives resonate with you, or is there a particular one you'd like to delve deeper into?
How about postmodernism?
Postmodernism is a philosophical movement that emerged in the mid-20th century, challenging traditional ideas about reality, knowledge, and truth. It is characterized by skepticism toward grand narratives and ideologies that claim to offer universal explanations. Overall, postmodernism invites a more critical and nuanced understanding of reality, encouraging us to question assumptions and recognize the complexity and variability of human experiences.
Interesting. Now let's do a fun exercise. Based on the definition of each of these philosophical perspectives, please pick one dessert or pastry from around the world that embodies the given perspective, and explain your rationale behind why you associate a certain dessert with certain philosophical perspectives.
Sure, that sounds like a fun exercise. Here are some desserts that could be associated with different philosophical perspectives. 1. Realism. Apple pie. Apple pie represents realism because it's straightforward and made from tangible ingredients like apples, sugar, and flour. It's a dessert that doesn't rely on elaborate presentation or hidden ingredients. What you see is what you get, reflecting the realist belief in an objective, knowable reality. 2. Idealism. Japanese wagashi. These traditional Japanese confections are often crafted to represent natural elements like flowers and leaves, embodying idealism's focus on the mental or immaterial. Wagashi reflect the idea that beauty and meaning are shaped by our perceptions and cultural symbols. 3. Phenomenology. Tiramisu. Tiramisu is a layered dessert where each bite reveals different textures and flavors. This can be seen as an exploration of layers of experience and consciousness, akin to phenomenology's examination of how things appear to us in different contexts. 4. Empiricism. Fruit salad. Fruit salad is empirical because it's a straightforward collection of observable and verifiable ingredients. Each piece of fruit contributes to the overall taste, emphasizing the empirical focus on sensory experience and evidence. 5. Rationalism. French pastries like millefeuille. These pastries are known for their precise logical layers and the meticulous techniques required to make them. The rational structure and the intellectual effort behind creating these pastries align with rationalism's emphasis on reason and intellect. Constructivism, DIY Sundae bar. A DIY Sundae bar allows each person to construct their own dessert based on personal preferences and choices. This reflects Constructivism's idea that reality and knowledge are constructed by our cognitive processes and social interactions. 7. Existentialism, chocolate lava cake. This dessert embodies the existentialist focus on individual experience and the hidden, sometimes intense, nature of life. The surprise of the molten chocolate inside can represent the unpredictability and depth of personal existence. 8. Postmodernism, deconstructed cheesecake. A deconstructed cheesecake plays with traditional forms and expectations, much like postmodernism challenges conventional narratives and structures. Each element is presented separately, inviting you to experience and interpret the dessert in your own way. These associations are playful and subjective, but they capture some of the essence of each philosophical perspective through the characteristics of various desserts.
Very interesting. I'm not quite sure I agree with everything you said, but thank you.
I'm glad you found it interesting. It's natural to have different interpretations, especially when it comes to abstract concepts like philosophy. If there's a specific perspective you'd like to discuss further, or if you have your own associations, I'd love to hear them.